Say hello to everyone, Mike. You out there? Oh, he might have had to have left for the dentist. Anyway, Mike thought highly enough of me to reach out to me and introduce me to something that really was unique. You see, in this life, when you touch other lives in purpose, typically there's not the ability to create any income. And typically when you create income, you can't touch lives in purpose. Charitable types of endeavors typically are not the kinds of things that really create financial change in your life. Very difficult to strike that duality right there. And this crowdfunding model, which you're going to see does something very unique in that regard. Can everyone hear me? Yes. I just got to notice that people can't hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. And that duality, ladies and gentlemen, is extremely hard. So this model does that. Let's take a close look at it. We're going to break it down. This is going to move. You might want to get something to write with. And write upon. So being a professional organization, let's cross some T's and dot some I's first. I am not employed by the entity behind the crowdfunding initiative here. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a member of the community, and there are no guarantees made. We're going to do the Cliff Notes version of this. I'm going to cut to the chase. You don't have to read this whole thing. We make no guarantees. Your success and your decision to do this is squarely upon you. Now, my presentation styles cut to the chase. I have a respect for everyone's time. 3 general questions 99% of the people who attend presentations are: what is it? Why am I here? And how does it work? Well, welcome to the ultimate team build model with the most intelligent focus at this current time in 2021. And the reason why I summed it up that way is because you can touch others' lives in purpose while acquiring the single most dynamic cryptocurrency in the history of that space at the same time. A very difficult 1-2 thing to do, but you can do it here. Let's break it down. Some outstanding features of the model, everyone. F2S stands for fact to safe. This is the crowdfunding model out of Europe. It's just coming into the United States. We're at the tip of the spear here in North America. F2S is a crowdfunding model, not a company. Now, if you didn't realize this, crowdfunding is legal in hundreds of countries around the world, and it has been for years. Now, by helping people, we can potentially acquire a BTC. Now, why do I say that so emphatically, potentially? You've got to go to work. Nothing comes from nothing. You have to go to work. Now, this is a global pandemic relief program. People are hurting all over the world to degrees we've not seen in decades. Now, this has been up and running for 3 months now. It's not waiting on some kind of a launch. They're perfecting everything. Realize this, when I signed up on the 24th of December, which is an entirely other presentation in and of itself to do anything on Christmas Eve, right? But it's a reflection of the strength of the attraction of the model for me to reprioritize my life. Not only did I do that, but several other people did as well. So realize that as you're looking at this, that this has been up and running. It's not waiting on some kind of a launch. And they're going to perfect this as time goes by. 4,000 people were part of this approximately on the 24th of December. We're about to crest over 7,000. That means over 3,000 people have come on board in the last 10 days. So realize that as you're looking at this, there are no monthly fees, no annual fees. Simply bring 2 and help them do the same. That's really what this boils down to, and you'll see what I mean. There is an extraordinarily unique team model here. Now, those aren't just words, it's demonstrated. Why do I say that? Our links, everyone, are programmed to only work for 2 direct enrollments. You have to team build. And it's so clever to have construed it that way. So if you like working as a team and collaborating and unifying, and you get that the sum of all our efforts will absolutely dwarf anyone's single solitary efforts, welcome. Now, once that process repeats and you have 20 people on 2 separate teams, you ignite the comp plan. I'm going to break that down at a high level. Now, there's a global build component going on here in the background. You're going to see how that plays out. It's beyond robust and generous. Now, up next, let's learn about those behind this awesome initiative. Now, this past Sunday, we had a chance to upfront and personally meet both Mr. Nick Wood, who's the chief organizer, and Michael Lee. Now, if you haven't done so already, please mute out. And Mr. Harry Parker is part of this over in Germany. Now, I had the good fortune of speaking on Sunday, which was an honor of my career. And these gentlemen have put a lot of thought capital, a lot of actual capital, and a lot of time capital into this initiative. So these are the gentlemen behind this. There's scores more information about their bios that we can get to you. Work with the person who invited you to learn more about them. Now, the way the model works, everyone, this is a philanthropic movement. It's a crowdfunding model. So you select the category that resonates with you, that you want to represent. As you can see, entrepreneur, woman entrepreneur, SME fund, scholarship fund, healthcare fund, charity, travel fund, and nonprofit. So those are important so that you select the one that resonates with you. And those are the categories in which community members fund. Now, at the core and very heart of our model, we focus on teamwork. And it boils down to this, everyone. Once you help 2 people, one on team A and one on team B, each have 20 people on their teams, we call that 2020. And you've ignited something profound, a Bitcoin residual inbound stream. Now, how awesome is that you can help people and do this right here? And what's more relevant as Bitcoin is going like that? So let's take a look and break it down. This is where you want to get something to write with. There's going to be terms here that are new because it's a European kind of a worldwide international thing. So when you see surface, for those of us here in the States, we're used to level. Now, as this breaks down, we're going to take this to a high level of scrutiny, everyone. There's 13 levels. And you're going to see something very unique. I've boiled this down. We're paid on global metric events, but we qualify on team build events. Okay, so hold that, and I'm going to mute everybody out here. Bam, that takes care of that. Okay, so now what we want to do is understand that this is the case where when you're qualifying on the team build requirements, your active steps are going to be secure the link from your inviter. Activate, share this with 2 people. That's the maximized amount that link can work on. Then what you're going to do is help those 2 people each build their teams, 20 on team A and 20 on team B. Now, when that metric event in the background, everyone going on, the global growth, which is outside of your efforts, hits 100 people, boom, $180 US dollars in the form of Bitcoin will show up in your website. Have the global growth reach 300? And by the way, you're set with that requirement for 5 levels of this plan with 20 on team A and 20 on team B. Realize this, once you hit that point, don't think it stops there. Everyone's getting 2. So it continues to go through 5 levels of the plan. You're all set. You don't need to requalify. Boom, $300 in Bitcoin shows up in your office. 600 people grow on the globe, $600, boom, in Bitcoin. 1,200 come in, $900 in Bitcoin shows up in your office. Now, realize this is the absolute personification of leverage because the global growth metrics are happening what? Outside of your efforts. You already qualified with 20 on team A and 20 on team B that you collaborated with your team on. Let's make something exceedingly clear. You're not going to get 20 people on each team. You're identifying 2 go-getters who want to change their lives. Okay? Now, let's sum things up here just on the first 5 levels. You generated $3,180 in Bitcoin. Let's review. You enrolled and brought 2 people in, and don't forget, our links can only be used on 2 directs. Then working with the entire community, your team A and B grew to 20 on each side. You then qualified to receive $3,180 in Bitcoin. By the way, you're looking at this and saying, well, Mike, if it takes me 2 or 3 weeks, what happens to those other ones that I hit with Surface 1 and Level 2 and Level 3? It's retroactive. It's retroactive. So realize this, when you hit these 2 points right here, 20 on Team A and 20 on Team B, that's absolutely mission critical because you unlock the Bitcoin. So we're paid on the global line growth, everyone, but we qualify team-wise, okay? You can sand this thing down just to that. Now, let's break down levels 6 through 13. And as you can see, as these metric events take place, the monetization event right over here takes place. You have your team growing all the time. I'm going to open up my back office. I've been involved in this for 10, 12 days. Believe me, this is already hit or about to. And we only had massive distractions with the holidays. Level 7, you can see the metrics there. This happens, boom, that happens. You're acquiring Bitcoin, everyone. One of the most ascending and sexy things that's out there in the entire universe. 10,000 people come into the global line. By the way, before I forget, the objective by the visionary, Mr. Nick Wood, is 500,000 people in 2021. There's about 7,000 in. You couldn't time this better. Now, level 9, 13,000 people come in from the global efforts outside of your own. Your team's going crazy. These metrics hit, boom, $4,000 in Bitcoin. These are all aggregating, everyone. So everyone can read these things. I don't have to break them down. These events, they're all in your back office. So the person that invited you can open it up. This is an enhanced plan. You want to see your website for any other qualifying details. Look what this generates. Ladies and gentlemen, there's 4 cycles. We're only on the first cycle. So the membership after the dust settles, just to give you a sense of what this runs, is south of what it costs to go out to dinner at a decent restaurant for 2 people here in these States. So you'll see how that all plays out in a moment. I've never seen an opportunity like this. I'm so excited, everyone. You can probably pick up on that. But this is one of 4 cycles. So when you max out the first cycle, it throws off 55,680 in Bitcoin. So you're able to do this 3 more times. And there's even more. We're going to break that down. Now, our Facebook page, we're going to go to here on this presentation. So you can see people posting. I'm a little tardy because I just had $1,100 in Bitcoin deposited into my wallet. I've got to post it in there, but I've been kind of busy with enrollments today. This is our website. Very professional, interactive website. It's only going to get better. And your info goes there, your picture, your link to share, your team stats, interactive business management center. And like I said, these are techies. It's only going to get better. Now, our Zoom schedule. This is kind of coming together, and you just want to stay communicative with your inviter, and we'll have the schedule out. We're all interconnected with everything. So as soon as we know what it is, we'll get it to you. Trust me, it's going to be this room and this passcode. Now it's action time. As you can see, my presentation style cuts right to the chase. But I can tell you this, after 10 days in this, and I'm going to take you to my site and to the Facebook page, this 3-step process right here is the ticket. Activate your membership. To do this, simply get back with your inviter and ask them for the registration link. Number 2, share this with your top 2 people. People who are goal-oriented, who have their minds right, who want to go places. They're not stagnant. They don't figure out how things can't work, okay? And then number 3, help them build out their teams to 20 people on each team. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know when we're going to see something like this again with Bitcoin projected to go to $100,000 per coin. I just don't know when we're going to see that. Is that going to happen? No one knows, but no one thought it would do this. So it's incredible. I just remember the other day, it was like 17, 18,000 in mid-December. Now it's flirting with 34. I haven't even had time to look. So this is the right time to be here. We can touch others' lives and purpose. And let's break this down. Let's realize we focus on the Express membership. The contribution amount into the ecosystem is 120. It's Bitcoin in now. So if you're not conversant in that, don't worry. A lot of us can help you. The activation fee, everyone, is currently $15, but realize this. On the 6th or 7th of January, that activation fee will go to $30. Now you can only imagine with 4,000 people in when I signed up on the 24th of December, and now almost 7,000, it took 3 months to get to 4,000, and it took 10 days to add 3,000 people. So they need to scale, and they need to, have the funds in order to have support and IT and all that type of thing. So I gladly, can see and welcome the $30. I was very impressed with the folks at the helm of the ship here and their vision and the leadership here. I can't even begin to tell you, it's awesome. So one of the things we want to do is recognize the power of documentation. So what I'm going to do, beats conversation 8 days a week, is I'm going to do a new share right into my back office. And then we're going to bring some leaders on who can give some testimonies. And so bear with me, I'm just going to do that here just for a second. And we'll get that out of the way. And open up my back office. Now, I trust you can see this, right? Cool. Let's just do that. Bam. Now, that's my name right there. Now, your very first thing would be like, whoa, what's with the 0? Well, I've already withdrawn. Okay. So let's go to some important things. Right here. I signed up right here, everyone, on the 24th and turned to my good buddy Bruce down there in Texas and my buddy Barlos who's from Texas, but he's relocated to Colombia. Now look at this. We are racing towards 7,000 people. So, realize the holidays were in there and some other distractions in my life, but I was able to do this through the collaborative efforts of the team. I hit 2020. Okay. Now let's go over some things. The metric events that are those 13 surfaces, right? Think of those as monetization events. Right here's the global structure. Let's get that spotlight again. Right here's that global structure. It's going on, all the time in the background. So as these benchmark events are happening, boom, your wallet's monetizing, okay? Let's go over here to fund management and see my withdrawal statement. Okay, documentation beats conversation all the time. Look at that. Boom, in Bitcoin, it was approved. My very first withdrawal. You got to love that, right? Now, let's go over here, and that's going to keep happening. We'll go back to, let's take a look at this. Remember I was telling you, how this is leverage personified? This global structure, I'll just click on it. I wouldn't know these people if I fell over them. United States, United Kingdom, Bangladesh. Ground zero for this was in India, 1.9 billion people. So these are people that are looking to make a change, and it's an enormous, just give you a sense, I think we're like 400 million people here in the States, 1.9 billion people. So, it stands to reason there'd be a lot of people there if it opened up there. The networking leadership at ground zero at the tip of the spear was in India. But now you're starting to see, look at all this, United Kingdom, United States, United Kingdom. Bangladesh has a huge footprint here, but now you're starting to see, United Kingdom. I've noticed Jamaica, Malaysia, Canada, as I poked around back there. Point is, this is leverage personified right here, everyone. So we're paid on the global metric events. So what do I mean by that? Well, outside of your efforts, when these metric events hit, boom, turns into a monetization event. This thing goes to 1,200, everyone, boom, I get paid again. And it's growing, just to give you a sense, the cadence, 100 people per day. Now, just to give you a sequence, I reached out to 2 people. I helped those 2 people grow their teams and so forth. And look at this. So in short order, I'm going to be at that 30-30, everyone, on the other levels. But for the first 5 levels, I'm golden. So I love the opportunity. Let me see. Oh yeah, I want to go to the Facebook page, and very fired up about all of that. Let's see here, Facebook page. Got way too many things going on here. Boom, let's get rid of that. And F2S Fund Official. Now I trust this. Sometimes when you screen share, it gets real wonky on you. So we are together. Good. Okay. Now let's take a look here. Get excited here because this is where the posts are coming in. And ladies and gentlemen, look at this. $1,400 on the 5th today, right? Boom, in Bitcoin. Let's see here. This gentleman, 5th of January, 3,000. That doesn't hurt. In Bitcoin, congrats. Let's go over here to this gentleman. It's probably more in there that I don't have the skill sets to open up. Here we are. This is just the amount that you get for bringing in two. So that's important. And we're going to break that down here in just a minute. Let's take a look at cash withdrawal over here from Sawfill. I think is how you say his name. I'm going to go with that. The 5th of January. I love the relevance of this today. 3,000 in Bitcoin. Boom. Lives are changing. This is incredible. I tell you this right now, with zero hype, I am not hearing no. I can tell you that. I am not hearing no. People wrap their head around this. They're like, what do I need to do? On the 4th of January, boom, this person, Tania, I'm going to go with Tania. Some familiar people there getting excited. Now, let's take a look over here. 1395 can only help. And you're touching others' lives. 558, boom. We're talking about Bitcoin, people. How hard it is to acquire Bitcoin. So what I want to do is look at this, 1116 on the 4th of January. I love the up to the moment stuff here. I could just, this could become the presentation. Oh, it's too funny. Okay, so as we can see, documentation beats conversation all the time. There's Dr. Jewel with 1116 going back into the end of December. Okay, so this just keeps rolling, rocking and rolling here. So we're not waiting on some kind of ceremony or some kind of huge launch to get everything right. This is happening. You know, I know there's all these other things going on. We've got the filly going around the track, right? And these other things, the horse isn't even out of the barn yet. I don't even know if it's in the barn. So one of the things I wanted to do, let's just leave this part up. This is such an exciting, dynamic thing here with the Facebook page, is go ahead and give folks a chance to ask any questions. Because we have top leader Alam Khan, who thought highly enough of my friend that Mike Woodard out in southern Utah, southeastern Utah in St. George, and he called him on Christmas Eve. And so Mike and I were just, you know, we couldn't believe we were working on Christmas Eve. And then Mike called me and we were off to the races. So all this happened, everyone, with the biggest distractions of any 10-day period out of the entire calendar year. So just give a sense of what can happen now that we have clear sailing all the way to like Easter, what can happen here. We've got focused leaders. I was talking to top leader Mike Woodard, my sponsor, and we look back over our careers. He's 30 years in this space. I'm 25. We've never seen 100% batting average with top leaders, even if they're involved in like whatever else. They can't resist. So I think you're feeling me. What I'm going to do is ask you to raise your hand if you have a question, and I want to implore you to get back to the person who invited you and let them know you're ready to become part of our awesome community. I recommend adding, you know, a little bit of time to the registration process so that you can have it done right and work closely with them so that you can have this whole process done correctly. Okay, don't be in a hurry. Make sure it's done right. And so if anyone has any questions or anyone has any guests here that have some questions about, if I don't know the answer, if the top leaders here don't, we can get the answer for you. I never manufacture the answer. And I'm not seeing any hands go up, and I'm hoping that you're able to find the chat and raise the hands, or maybe I connected all the dots very well. Let's do a quick time check here. It's 30 minutes. I don't like to exceed 30 minutes out of respect to people's time, but you guys are hanging here and I don't see any hands going up. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a sense of the breadth of this opportunity all the way in from the UK. And meanwhile, it's like 9, 10 o'clock over there. We have top leader Alam Khan here. And I'm going to ask him to unmute his line and speak to his experience here just for a minute or two. Alam, are you out there?
Yes, yes, Michael.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Alam, how has your experience been here with the F2S Fund?
Thank you so much, Mike. Thanks for having me. And it was wonderful, fantastic, awesome, brilliant presentation. The way you present, it's just the plan B, and it's this brand new slide you share it. Believe me, as you said, and Miss Mike and you, we know each other such a long time, and we've been in so many venture previously as well. And as you said, you have Mike have 30 years and you have 25 years. We have some, if we combine all the leader I have, maybe we have 100+ experience of the network marketing industry. And I think this is not opportunity, this is blessing. This is blessing which has come up in this pandemic time, which is everything. We are locked down over here, is almost mid-February, we have another lockdown. So people, as you already share all the categories, which is entrepreneur, woman entrepreneur, health, travel, scholarship, all this category affected. So everybody agree with this. And I think this is small, which I already covered so many times, which is a small donation, which is $150 or $100. It's just outside meal with the family. When we go outside and have a meal, this family outside, it costs more than that. So this is a small donation which is going to help all the entrepreneurs, as we are sitting over here, all the entrepreneurs. So let me, because when I see, and it blew my mind. I was doing something else, then I saw, and my fully focus here, as we are doing official and non-official, so many Zoom non-stop. We have a conference call so many times going on, helping our team. And as you call out, Mr. Nick Wood 2 times yesterday live presentation, that was 200. I think 200+ people was on the yesterday in the Sunday Zoom call. So what happened now, guys? I think this is the blessing we have, and this is a small baby. I think is a big monster for us, and it's all about Bitcoin. And we know where is the Bitcoin going. Everybody knew that. And I already seen that so many opportunity, but this is blessing for us. And let me share with you my journey. Tomorrow I have 1 month completed, and because I joined 6th of December, and I qualified my almost I withdraw 2020. Before my withdrawal, my message is done 2020 actually.
Wow.
So I was working on my ID, but she done before me, and she always hit, we have, I think you didn't share that. We have some incentive there as well. So she hit the 1 star as well.
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Let me go to the incentives, Alam.
Yeah, please. Yeah, you can share the incentive as well. And she hit the 1 star before me. I withdraw $2,000. My wife withdraw $2,000. And my son is really hitting the 2020, hopefully this week or next week. He's working on his as well. So he is hitting 2,000. So what we did, we just donate only $405, guys. And rest is history. Rest is history. So I highly recommend you, please follow all this leader are here, and you just give us a small invitation, bring over here, let we present and let them decide this. Over to you, Mike.
Thank you so much, Alam. So appreciate you, buddy. And thank you for reminding me about this. This really excites me because if you're like me, I like to, strive for the top, right? Shoot for the top. And so this is important to understand what I'm about to share with you. This is on top of what we just saw, which has 4 separate cycles with the potential for acquiring 55,000 in Bitcoin for each cycle, which tallies up to 222,000, right? This is on top. This is rewards and incentives program. So in the interest of time, there's 10 separate star positions. I just identified one, and why not grab the top, right? So now it's important to note one of the star positions allows you to become a founder, and I think it's number 8. So now they can't be giving Lamborghinis out, like off a conveyor belt. So there's only 3. Now, from the first star position all the way up, they're awesome. Each one of these. In the interest of time, I'm not going to break every single one down, but there's another car at number 9. It's a Range Rover. If cars aren't your thing, right, and they're not everyone's thing, you have the latitude to take the value. I'm talking to industry veterans here. We all been part of programs where you get the car and there's rigidity. You don't have that latitude. Here you can take the value. Now I realize you have to become a founder and you have to be one of the 3. But this really speaks more to me about the shape of the heart of the community and the people behind this, because I've been part of many programs, and I'm sure you have, Alam, and I see Coach Ken here and industry veterans, Bruce Martin, and right on down the line, we've been part of programs where they don't even offer incentives. Or if they do, there's rigidity and you have to take the car. No, that latitude's here. You can take the value in Bitcoin. So whatever, suits you. Now there's 9 other of these. There's 9 other of these star positions, and it's so important. So what we want to do is realize what I broke down here, and just to go have this up so it's fresh in your mind. Once you qualify it with the 20 and 20, and it's not static, it's always growing, you're set for 5 levels in this plan. And so quick review is always important. So this happens, this whole thing can happen 4 times right here. How awesome is that? Now here's the, you can't see this enough, right, to break it down. And it's important to note, everyone, it's going to go up to 30. They need the funds, right, to expand customer support and IT and all of the things that are happening as we're growing, in a meteoric fashion as a community. So I welcome that. But you want to make sure that you're cognizant that it's going up, so that when you're speaking to people and they're like, oh, I'll get to that. No, they want to know, this type of important thing, because it will be $15 more. Plus, I think this is important too, everyone. Quick math, we're growing by 100 members a day who are doing 120 into the ecosystem. They can't be part of that $12,000 that's getting spread out throughout the community on a daily basis when they push off coming on board. So there's really no upside to waiting in these waters. And then wrapped around it, we all know when people get removed from the marketplace, that you wanted to work with, that's never an inspiring experience either. So you don't want to wait on ceremony. You want to get moving. And people will do what we do, right, as leaders. So if you're pumping the brakes, they're going to pump the brakes. If you're going for it and pushing and coming to Zooms and taking action, they're going to do the same thing. So I want to be sensitive to everyone's time. I just want to do one final sweep here to see if anyone has, oh, here we go. David has his hand up, asked to unmute. And David, if you'll just unmute your line.
Hey, Michael, how are you?
Oh, good. Is this David from San Francisco?
Yeah, I'm here in California, sir.
Oh, hey, David, how are you?
I'm good. I'm grateful that our good friend James Parker introduced this platform to me just a week ago. And I'm in other programs, so I didn't really have time to really put into it because I was busy with those other programs, as probably a lot of people are. But what really fascinated me was the fact that I had a bit of a problem in my back office, and some of you might encounter this in the future with your downline or the people that you're bringing in to this great program. But I didn't see any numbers. I brought my 2 people in, and they said that the global line would start coming in, and all I saw was zeros. I go, the first thing that hit me was like, oh, another, I don't want to use the word S as in scam. I said, this is going to be another problem, program. But guess what? I reached out to you, Michael, and as well as Mr. Mike Woodard, and you directed to me where I needed to go, and I reached out to customer service, and I want to just just say thank you to customer service with this company, because they're as of what I've seen so far right now, A plus, because I went ahead and I put in my concerns and the issues that I was having in my back office. A day later, all the numbers came in, and the amount that I put in, and it's about 150, 145, 150 to come in. I'm over $1,000 already.
Wow.
And I basically haven't done anything, Michael. So, but now I've got to, do a little bit more to get my 2020. And remember, you guys, this is a team effort, where, people are helping each other. So you're not going to get it yourself, because if, like Michael told me last night, if he had heard that he had to bring 20 people on the left side, 20 people on the right side, he would have probably not even got involved here. But that's not the case here. It's a team effort, and that's what I like about this. And I don't get too excited because like I said, I'm involved with other programs, but this one here, I think we hit a home run, Michael. So keep up the great job, and I will be bringing more people onto the calls in the near future here, Mike.
Oh, that means so much, Dave. Thanks for that, and appreciate you, my friend.
Yes.
And I can tell you this, it really meant the world when Dave shared back with me how fast everything got straightened out. So I appreciate that, Dave.
Yes. Thank you, Michael.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Means a lot. Now, I know I see a lot of familiar names here. I want to be sensitive to everyone's time. I'm going to do another Zoom tomorrow, and it's going to be at 11 a.m. I'm going to do another Zoom like this tomorrow at 11 a.m. And as you guys may or may not know, I did 8 back-to-back Zooms on Sunday. So, and I did another one today, and we're just enrolling like crazy. So I've got to leave a little opening this evening to do all the enrollments. But we'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time, same Zoom room, same passcode, everything. And what you want to do is simply invite people and let the strength of the model